Hey guys, welcome back to Doug's Basement Workshop. Today we are doing something that we've done a lot lately because show season's over and we've made some decent money this year and we are upgrading some tools in the shop. This is again one of the cordless tools. I told you guys I'm upgrading my tool collection to cordless because of the nerve damage in my spine. I drag my leg a lot and I trip over the power cords more than I'd like to admit. And this is my next upgrade in the shop. It is a cordless RYOBI 1 Plus palm router. I should really know what this is. I have a couple. Now, right now I have in my shop another palm router that is corded, and it is a rigid. I keep a palm router all the time with a roundover bit. The bit in my rigid is just about shot. I threw a flush trim in this and did some tables today and it worked pretty well. I'm going to throw a roundover in this later today and do some trivets and coasters. I can already tell you, it's awkward to hold. Like, I'm used to holding my trim router here, but the grip is up here on it. Like, I guess maybe this way? I'm not a big fan of the grip. I can't figure out how they think I'm holding this thing that this is comfortable. Like that? What are you trim routing? Or what are you using this on that you're holding it this way? I like to hold my trim router like this, and it puts your finger really close because there's not a lot of body here. Hopefully I will figure out a comfortable way to hold this thing that is safe. There's no slip guard down here, and it puts your pinky awfully close to the to your blade. I do not buy the RYOBI roundover bits. I usually don't buy RYOBI flush trims either, but I did buy my first set from them and it worked okay. I use my roundover bits when I'm making my trivets for the CNC machine, trivets for the laser. I laser the design on and then everything gets rounded over, all the edges. So literally I will cut hundreds of trivets a year, and I like the Diablo router bits. The Diablo, there's a huge Diablo bit that I have in my flattening jig with my RYOBI router, but Diablo blades in them, and I really like my Diablo bits for my equipment. So I gotta say, while the tool is good, RYOBI bits I'd upgrade from that one. I mean, if you're a weekend warrior doing one or two things, great, but I am doing production stuff, and when you're doing production you want to have sharp blades, sharp bits. So if you've never had a trim router or a router before, there's a latch right here in the front. You open this up and there's a switch here. So flip this open, there's a switch and it lets you change your depth. Now once you get your depth roughed in, there's a dial here, and that's for fine tuning it as you go. The fine tuning gauge works beautifully. The lock works great. There's no give to this once you've locked it into place. I've had flush trims where this gets sloppy, these wear out. Never had that problem with my tools from RYOBI for that. Another thing I'm going to knock RYOBI on. You gave me the really cool tool for changing my router bit. You push this button here. It locks your collet in place. Use your tool and you can change your bit. 99% of RYOBI tools that I've bought lately have a place to store your tool for changing your bit. I can't find it. If there's a spot on here to hold my tool, I have yet to identify it. And I don't say this often, but I may have to read the directions. And that's really frustrating. So I love this. Noise-wise. Again, it sounds like a Fisher Price toy, but this thing has all the power that I need, and then some. Battery life is short on this. I do use the small batteries because it makes it lighter and it's easier for me to pick it up and move it and twist and turn with it. Because I am doing small stuff. And I'm doing small stuff, so I don't really care that my battery doesn't last forever. And I've got to really appreciate my neighbor weed whacking in the middle of my video. You know, you think you live out in the middle of the country, you wouldn't have these problems, but your neighbor still finds a way to get you. So, I like it. I think, yeah, it does have a light on the bottom. Okay. I don't know why. If you're working someplace where you can't see what you're doing without the itty bitty little light there on the bottom, and upgrade your lighting in your shop, guys. Upgrade the lighting where you're working. I never count on the light in a tool to do much good. Except for my drill press. Like it. I'd buy another one. I'm going to put this round over bit in here in a little bit. And it'll be in there until it goes dull and I have to buy another one to replace it. I would rather have two of these with my flush trim and my round over bit with a bearing on them and just have them set up all the time. I'm probably going to change my quarter one over to my flush trim since that's usually what I do longer, bigger projects on, and switch this over to just having the round over. But I wanted to try it out with the flush trim because it is a little bit harder on my machinery than the amount of rounding over that I do in a week. And it held up well. So, yep, I like it. Not crazy about the grip. And I think that's just a matter of me spending more time using it. The only other thing I would like is if I could reach the power switch one-handed. Trying to get to the power switch one-handed with this is not conducive. So if you're trying to hold something and shut it off, you're kind of out of luck. I like being able to shut my power tools off one hand in case, you know, you cut your hand or you do something stupid. But I like it. It's a good weight. And I've only used it with the small batteries. I haven't put the big battery in it yet. But it did the job. I buy it again. Probably will buy another one just to have the bits permanently installed in them. Alright guys, remember, like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.